Are you looking to buy fingerboard obstacles, but even the smallest thing from Black River is 60 bucks? Ipe Toys has got you covered. Quarter pipes, ledges, benches, rails, and more for a fraction of the price you would typically see. Ipe Toys also sells pro trucks that are actually affordable. We've already reviewed them, so if you're interested, the link to that video will be in the description. If you use code ORBIT10 at checkout, you will also receive an additional 10% off your order and will directly help us create more review and unboxing videos just like this one. So today we're going to be reviewing some Oak wheels, and I'm sure if you've seen Oak wheels or heard of them at least in tons of spots, Flatface, Black River, any big fingerboarding company or fingerboarding Instagram page has either endorsed or shown these wheels off before. They've been around for ages, they're part of the OG kind of brands of fingerboarding, but we're here to review them formally in 2022 to see if they're still holding up to how good they always have been praised for.
So Oak wheels come in a couple different shapes and just a few different colors, but both the sets we have here are the RV2V shape, and we've got them both in white. And yeah, so Oak wheels, they're a little on the pricier side for fingerboard wheels, but not too bad. I believe they came out to 55 Canadian, and that's with shipping included, so final price was 55 for them, which, you know, that's not too bad for fingerboard wheels at all. Just sort of the general high price that they always go for, but yeah. Oak wheels can be a little hard to find sometimes depending on the color and shape you want. Specifically, the white ones are definitely the most common, and they can sometimes be a little tricky to find, especially in like the RV2V, kind of like standard shapes. A lot of stores will have the minis and the bowls in stock, but the RV2Vs will be a little harder to find, as well as the fact that they also come in red and blue, fairly common. A lot of sites will have those in stock, but maybe not the whites. You can find them on like Skull Fingerboards. They have their official website, you know, Flatface, of course. Plenty of sites have them. We ended up getting ours at Radical Fingerboards, and soon after we bought them, they ended up going out of stock. But they're back in stock right now as we're making this video. But yeah, just a point to make, they're not as easily accessible as some others.
So sadly we don't have any footage of these wheels when we got them straight out of the package, but you can see that they've been worn in. We've had these for almost a year now. I think it's been about 9 to 10 months, something like that. And we've had no problems with the bearings, and they still roll really nice. But when they come fresh out of the package, they're pretty pearly white, and as time goes on, you can see the wear looks really, really realistic. You can see on my setup, the wheels are a lot more orangey to kind of brownish a little bit, and then Kyle's wheels are over here, and they're a little bit more white, which is the gray streak down the middle, and then mine are kind of more tinted like this because when I fingerboard at home on my table, the wood that it's made out of is kind of like an orangey brown, so it's rubbed off on that over many months and many hours of use. As you can see, over time, the way that they wear and the way that they start coloring differently depending on what you roll them on, it looks a lot more realistic compared to other urethane wheels that are just colored.
So the overall shape of Oak wheel RV2Vs are essentially street shape, so basically pretty standard looking wheel. They are a bit on the larger side, however, which I find really nice. You know, they have a bit of a wider surface area than, say, like a China wheel, for example. So they have nice like grip on the surface. Speaking of grip, these they don't actually ever say what durometer these wheels are, but we assume it's probably 60 because we have 65 wheels, which are, you know, a bit on the softer side, and these feel even softer than those, so we're assuming they're probably 60, but it's not confirmed really. But yeah, they have, because of the softness, they have great squeak and resistance to side movement, so we'll cut to some clips of that.
One thing I really want to mention about Oak wheels is how they feel is really, really unique. Out of all the wheels that I've used, a lot of them are really smooth and they roll nice, but Oak wheels just have this different kind of feel to them, and it kind of has to do with the blend of plastics they use to make the wheels, but they just feel the most realistic, and I feel like they also look the most realistic. But when you're using them, the weight of the wheel feels nice with the board, the way it rotates in the air and stuff like that. The way it feels when you do slides and the way it feels when you do blunts on objects and the resistance that it gives feels really real. So if you're looking for a kind of wheel to make your fingerboarding experience just feel really authentic, oak wheels are definitely something you should look into getting.
Alright, so just for our final thoughts, overall we're really impressed with oak wheels. Me and Cam have been using them for fairly close to a year now, and we really haven't had any complaints. If you're looking for a rating, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a realistic feeling, then definitely 10 out of 10. They look great. They feel really realistic because they have a slight sort of bumpiness to when you ride. Not something that feels wrong, but just not as smooth as other wheels, but in a good way. If you're looking for something really smooth, oak wheels probably aren't going to be it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, honestly, because it makes them feel more realistic again. Overall, oak wheels, they look great, they feel really great, and yeah, we give them a good rating.
Earl on the beat, Earl on the beat, Earl on the beat.
Throw in so we have some space to.
Hold up, stop speech. Hold up, stop speech. Hold up, bags on me. Oh, yeah. We was in the bed, 500 degrees. Yeah. Flame duck, yeah.
Bruh.